Good morning and welcome, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Monday, and I hope it finds you well. Hope you had a great weekend. Man, a lot of things occurred again over the weekend like they seem to always do. But on a positive note, Team USA, the hockey thing, right, that was kind of the big sports thing. The women beat Canada in the gold medal game in overtime. Then the men did the same thing. There's a huge storm in the east. Our youngest lives in Lower Manhattan. Wow. A lot of snow hit there. He was sending us pictures this morning, and yeah, it happens from time to time, and it's going to be absolutely drop-dead gorgeous here in the valley. As a matter of fact, I think I saw the weather by the end of the week. Going to be up in the 90s. So there's your sports and your weather. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. Friday, a lot of data, right? We had a lot from CPI, not CPI, the Fed's favorite inflation gauge, much hotter. We had a weaker GDP number, and then, of course, the Supreme Court taking down the tariffs, the president coming out and saying, "Oh, fine. Well, you don't like these ones. Here's new ones," right? And was 10%. Then he decided 15%. I guess we'll all have to wait and see. But things continue, unfortunately, underneath, continue to deteriorate. Credit, debt, if you will, is becoming a bigger and bigger problem. Lots of problems in what we call the private debt markets, right? And that's, when you think about those markets, you got better rates of return in the private debt market, a little more risky as those markets start to get, trouble. Right? And what is the value of underlying assets? And at the same time, right, we've got the Fed and the Treasury trying to work on this plan for May when Kevin Warsh is expected to take over to try to deal with all of these things. And now all of a sudden are these trade deals falling apart? We got to start all over again. Right now, as far as I know, we're still collecting tariffs. The EU is now saying that they are postponing any vote on U.S. trade deals after I guess they're calling it a threat, the latest threat from the Trump administration. And then, you got to talk right, Mexico, right? They took out some big drug kingpin, and now all of a sudden all the tourist destinations in Mexico are, let's just say they are unsettled. Everybody is supposed to cease and remain inside, no flights. Yeah, it's the world's crazy, right? But this is why you have things like gold and silver put away because you just really, at the end of the day, what is the real flight to quality? When it really is hitting the fan, where are people really going to go for safety? And I think that obviously has been answered as gold is the answer. It has been the answer, will continue to be the answer, and silver as well. I will say that both the gold and silver markets doing exactly what we thought they would do already. Gold is up $87 right now, $51.95. I know. I told you guys. I said they'll be surprised to see $5,200 gold on Monday. Silver, it's up almost $2.50, right at 87. Wall Street's down pretty big today. Down 800 points right now. S&P's down 80. The Nasdaq's down 300. I guess the good news: the 10-year note is lower today. 403. Unfortunately, it's lower because people are starting to worry about what exactly is going on in some of these debt markets underneath the cover of Wall Street. And then oil, 66.60. As no one really knows what's going to happen with Iran. We'll have to wait and see. The dollar is weaker again today on the Supreme Court deal. And then Bitcoin struggling today as well at 65,000. As, again, I think everyone's just kind of taking a harder look at things and not necessarily liking what it is that they are seeing. And then when it comes to Texit, no new information this weekend. There was a software update, hit a little bug, and I think we went a couple of days without any coins, but everything is good to go. They've been all put in there. So outside of that, I don't have any new information. But the second I do, I will share it with you. Patriot Radio News Hour. We're going to be right back. Stay with us. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Again, if you're just joining us, the Dow now down 820 points on the whole issue with the tariffs. We'll continue to watch. If you didn't catch the show Friday, the Supreme Court struck down the Trump tariffs as unconstitutional on the grounds of the executive order, Emergency Power Act that he used. They basically said, hey, you can't use it for that, but you can use other things. And so the president has started to switch to those, and it's kind of got everything kind of screwed up here. The Dow down 900 points. We'll continue to see here. And again, more to it than this. Definitely more. It didn't help. And, and I was telling you, we'd probably been better off if the Supreme Court said, yeah, it's not legal, but if you would have done it this way and that way, then it could have been, and we'll just let it stand. But I get it. So we'll see what happens. Gold's up $95, 52.03. Silver right now up $2.48, 86.98. And I will say this, right now, when we're looking at gold and silver, what is next, resistance-wise, gold, really, we're going to get to this point now where we're going to be back to talking about all-time record highs. As the Chinese are back, the continuation of buying in gold pretty much from everywhere as a flight to safety, as really none of the debt markets look particularly good, right? And again, we know about, let's say, the foreign, like Japan and Europe and China and, what it picked the country. None of those look particularly good, right? So when people are looking at, hey, I just need to park my money somewhere for safety, right? Everything is too volatile, too risky. I just want it to go somewhere safe. That's where you used to find what I'd call sovereign debt, right? Treasuries and things of that nature. People are much less certain about that. And we know this, that's not news. But then when you start to look at other debt, let's focus on debt here at home. Credit card debt, right? All-time record highs. And people now showing signs of struggling to make the payments. The amount of people making minimum payments only skyrocketing. Auto loan debt, a mess, right? Especially unless you're of the highest credit scores, the auto loan debt market, not very good. The housing debt market, it's getting worse, but it's not terrible. You know, it's still not bad, but it's starting to deteriorate a little bit. But the problem really is there's not that much of it, right? When you think about it, the amount of homes being bought and sold is so low that it's been, there's not a lot of that out there in relationship to what it used to be. Then you start looking like commercial debt, right? We kind of know how that is, right? Don't we? A lot of ugliness and depending on where you're at, like maybe in Denver and Phoenix, it's okay. But Chicago or San Francisco or wherever, right, maybe not as good. And not a lot of activity. Then you start looking like at what we'll call private debt, right? That is really falling apart, right? People borrowing money to make money, borrowing money to make money, and people finding that very, very difficult. And this is why we're seeing so much attention in the gold and silver markets, because no debt market really looks that attractive. And it doesn't matter if it's a sovereign market. It doesn't matter if it's a private market. It doesn't matter the type of debt that it is, right? There's no type of debt right now that's doing really well. And again, you're seeing this rush in to the gold and silver markets. Look at gold. Gold's up 109 now. 52.17. Silver up 265. 87.16. And remember now, March is a delivery contract month for silver. Very important, right? Because when you look at silver prices in New York, those are what we call contract prices. And March is a delivery month. Then the next month will be February. Then after March. I'm going backwards, Jason. What? May, right? Then after May, it's like July or August, right? There's 2 to 3 months in between. Shanghai just got back from their little week off for their lunar holiday, and the inventory levels being reported in the vaults in China are not good. Extreme tightness in the Chinese exchanges, and now the COMEX, Jason, they're going to have to start making deliveries here, and my guess is we're going to get very similar type things, that silver inventories are going to be at or near historic lows. And then on top of this, the new price, so silver and gold broke through their latest resistance levels today again. Silver's next level ready, because remember we had the big fall, right, from 120, but we also had that crazy rise, like from 90 to 120, right? I mean, it was boom, boom, boom.
It was actually it went from 70 to 120 because in December it was $70. It had rested around the $7, right? So literally it went from 70 to 120, and then it came back on January 30th. So inside of December to January, we had the run up, and then it went down on January 30th, $30. The next Wednesday, it went down another $17. Now we're here, and it's starting to climb, just like it climbed out of the 55 area, and it climbed out of the 70 area. It looks like now it's climbing out of that here again, Joe.
So the next level, guess what? 93. But you're like, well, gosh, Joe, we're at 87.26. Yep. I fully expect to see silver as early as tomorrow by the end of the week. Don't be shocked to see $93. And if it breaks 93, then we're talking right back to 100. So there's big gaps here. Like Jason said, because these moves were so big and so fast, there was only, remember, some of these silver pullbacks, they lasted like a day. Some of them didn't even make a day, right? And so apparently one day in January, right, silver stopped at $93. So that is the next target. I'll give you some good silver news, and not surprising to me anyway. Silver premiums came down today. About $1 an ounce, at least on Silver Eagles. Nowhere else but Silver Eagles. But you got to think about this. Last Tuesday, silver was $72. Today, it's $87. So at least they took $1 off the Silver Eagle premium. I'm hoping that when silver hits 93, that they'll take another $1 off, Jason. But I can't guarantee that, right? But yes, now that silver's running again, they're like, okay, well, we'll give you a little bit, right? Every $10 or $15, maybe we'll take $1 off the premium.
Well, and I think that's why the premiums came up as quickly as the price was dropping, was because the physical market was saying that this is not the price that was going where it was supposed to be. And when the price came back and there was some selling off, especially of the paper, it's like, well, we're going to keep this higher price. We were still selling Silver Eagles just under $100 each because at $80, $85, the premiums just shot upward. And so now here comes the gold price, and it's going to reflect that, Joe.
Yeah, Silver Eagles, $2,105. Right? We are giving away 1996s at 1995. By the way, congratulations for those of you that did it today. $20 gold pieces, $53.95. $53.95. I mean, heck, you guys gotta go quick. I know. You're like, oh, man, I guess I should have bought those 64 Saints Friday. Yeah. We understand what is happening. For those of you that did not blink on the silver crash, good job. Because the crash is over, like we said it would be. And now we'll go back. And silver's just going to go back to supply-demand fundamentals. And that's well over $100. Where over $100 will it end? I don't know. I'm, talking $150 right now, but it could be much higher this week. We do have PPI this week. That's the producer prices. That is going to be on Friday. I think we're also going to get preliminary CPI potentially Friday. Don't forget, we got the State of the Union this week. So it's going to be interesting to hear Donald Trump's spin on all of this. I think that's tomorrow. We have earnings this week, NVIDIA, and then Home Depot. Those are going to be very interesting earnings seasons, especially obviously I think NVIDIA, people are going to be, okay, did we overdo it here with the AI, and where are they going to be? And then, of course, the talks, I guess, with Iran, right? We're coming up. Sometime this week we hit the 10-day thing, so I guess that is out there as well. And then we have a lot of Fed speakers this week, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see. I think you're going to see maybe some confusing Fed speakers this week. Some of them are going to be, we shouldn't be raising rates. You may even have some of them talking about potentially raising rates. And then, of course, some of them talking about cutting rates. And I think that's probably the right word, right? That makes sense to me. Confusion. Nobody is really sure what to do, right? For every data point that says you should cut, there's a data point that says, Jason, you should probably raise rates, and consequently, everybody out there is a little nervous.
Yeah, well, as you said just a few minutes ago, just stick with it. I don't even call it a silver crash. It was just, a very quick reaction to a fast-moving market.
800-951-0592, U.S. Silver Eagles 2105 today. 5-ounce silver bars back. They're back in stock at $490. Rolls at quarters and dimes. Still by far the cheapest entry point into silver. Dimes at $330, quarters at $660. And I expect another pretty healthy rise in the silver price, probably another $6 at least, because of the big gaps in these charts. So this is going to, bring back some volatility, but mostly in the upside now, right? Because you got to remember, too, gold had a big drop. So when you have those big drops working your way back up, these support levels are still spread out, right? They're still spread out. So we're going to see that until, probably gold somewhere 54, 5,500, silver when it's back over $100. Then you'll see these gaps tighten up. But I fully expect them to be breaching these lower support levels and doing it extremely quickly as we continue to struggle with what are the alternatives. When we look at derivatives, banking derivatives, we haven't talked a lot about these derivatives since the financial crisis. To give you an update, because the Bank of International Settlements updated the derivatives that are sitting on U.S. banks' balance sheets. And this is something, and maybe I'm probably going to need Jason's help on this one, but $845 trillion. That is up 16% in 2025. It went up 16% in 2025. And Jason, I don't know. Do you know what comes after $100 trillion? I mean,
999 trillion turns into
what comes at
one
that?
quadrillion.
A quadrillion. Okay, so
1 quadrillion.
We will be, according to the numbers, very close to a 1 quadrillion in deficit, in derivatives in U.S. banks at the end of 2026. By the way, that's about 50% of all financial assets. There's really not a lot of regulation on these derivatives, not a lot of oversights, and almost no transparency. Because, listen, they don't trade very often. Almost never. That's kind of the problem. So these banks just kind of, this is what they're worth. And nobody says anything about it. And, of course, if I'm sitting there telling you there's really not a good debt, everyone's looking at every debt market they can possibly find, and they don't like any of them, how can these derivatives be worth what the banks are saying, Jason?
Yeah. No, it's these are numbers that are it's all made up nonsense. These numbers are ridiculous. It's just made up nonsense, and all it is about that little piece that you carve off that big number, which is the interest, right, or the scrap, or whatever the debt gives you. But when it comes to these big numbers, every 3 digits is like a new grouping. So after you have the hundreds and the thousands, million, which is ones, that's the 1. Billion, that's bi. Trillion, that's 3. Quadrillion, that's 4. And I think it's quintillion, that's 5. So it's, so I guess if it was 8 sets of zeros above the million, that'll be the oct. This is how they're going to try to explain it. You go into Roman numbers when it comes to the extra 3 zeros, which is all numbers that are so big that a human mind cannot comprehend. There's not enough grains of sand to get a quadrillion on the planet.
Just to give you an idea, just a 5% write down. 5%. Just 5%. You would be talking about $50 trillion. $50 trillion. Right? Obviously, nobody has anywhere close to that. I mean, the U.S. economy is like $40 trillion. This is the kind of nonsense that they allowed these banks to do, right? And they did. They've allowed this. This should have never been allowed. Oh, no, well, it's securitized, and we use synthetic derivatives and this and that and blah, blah, blah. I think this is the biggest problem that everybody really sees is at best, the FDIC can probably survive 2 mid-sized banks, maybe 2, maybe. As long as they're towards the bottom of the mid-size. That's it. There is no winding. Oh, we came up with a way after too big to fail that we can wind down a big bank. It's going to be no. It's not possible. And these numbers just get so. We talk about the national debt being ridiculous, right? It's almost $40 trillion. What a ridiculous number! 1 quadrillion in derivatives in U.S. banks, right? That's absurdity. That's ridiculousness. And you know what? It's the part of the market no one ever talks about. They don't want anyone to even really know it exists. Oh, well, if we just don't tell them. And besides, it never trades. And as long as the banks can say that it's worth what it was when they securitized it or whatever, synthesized it, then nobody will be the wiser. That works well and good until the debt markets crash. And that is the big worry here. And why it is, when I'm sitting there saying, my gosh, why am I so bullish on gold? Why am I so bullish on silver? It's really simple. There's no other safe place to really put your money. And, of course, these guys, for us, we're dealing with, maybe $100,000, $200,000. These guys deal in hundreds of billions of dollars, right? It's a big difference. We'll be back. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Monday. Why do I have a feeling that the state of the union address that is coming is probably going to be one for the ages? I fully expect our elected officials to be on their worst behavior possible. But this is what happens, right? There's not good choices. And that's what we've been talking about this whole show, choices. There's not good choices. Get your gold and silver put away. Listen, if you guys want to do big amounts, call us. Call us. You'd be shocked at what we're going to be able to offer you. So reach out. Get yourself somewhere safe, because it only gets uglier from here. It only gets uglier from here. So when you think about choices, they're just going to become more and more limited. But I do want to spend a little bit, because Jason and I talked about this a little bit today, and what's going on with KXXT, and people are wondering, what should I do, right? Should I there's a lot of people out there that, hey, got in May, June, and they're sitting on a large amount of coins, maybe not a large amount of dollars right now, wondering, hey, what should I do? Should I sell and get $2,000 or $3,000, $4,000? Should I not sell? Should I hang in there? Should I maybe take what little money that I've got in there and put it into Orem or put it back into my bank? What should I do? I don't know what to do. Listen, there's risk in every one of these, right? Even gold and silver, the risk for gold and silver is a little obviously better. It doesn't go to zero, and of course now it keeps elevating. Some people are concerned about Bobby's not in the country, right? Does that mean something, right? Does that mean he's running or this or that? No. I would say that probably is where he has to be in order to continue to promote not only KXXT but Iskander and not upset the state of Texas and of course, and especially to not upset the SEC. But again, I will say this about KXXT coin. I think, and again, this is just a guess, right? I think it's going to be okay, right? That's what I think. And it's still going to come down, hey, do we win or do we lose, right? A lot of, the who's who of crypto have had to go through these things. We're going through it now. I don't know. I don't promote Orem. I've been in it for a little over a month. It's been fantastic. Right? But, man, KXXT coin was fantastic for a long time. Is Orem less risky than KXXT coin? Probably. Just because of the guy that's behind it, right? He created Binance, right? So, he's got more weight behind him than say what Bobby does, but it's something each of you will have to answer on your own, right? If all the miners out there decided, hey, I'm going to sell what KXXT coin I have, it still wouldn't be zero, but obviously the price will go down. There's been a lot of people here. I was actually pleasantly surprised. I thought there would be a lot more selling than there has been. Right now, I think the next time that we're going to be able to get some information that's some solid information will probably be whenever the hearing is And right now, I don't know what that date is at this exact moment. Will we learn that on the call tomorrow? Maybe. I don't know. But Jason, that's one of those things where I think we understand where everybody's thinking, right? What do I do? What should I do? Should I sit and hold? Should I try something else like Orem? And they're kind of looking at us and saying, hey, Jason and Joe, what do you think?
That's what they're saying. I'm meeting with people and answering that question, and I'm getting when I get the question, I just try to get the information out of the person who's involved in Texacoin to decide what they want to do, and then I give them options. I'm big on Orem, and I think Orem. I think the people that get into Orem are going to be super happy with it. So that's the direction I'm going. Texacoin is a big X factor right now. I'm still in Texit. I still like Texit. I want it, and I super want it to succeed. I'm just not as optimistic as Joe is about Texit, even if it wins its court case. So, as Joe said, it's each their own. You got options, though. There is options.
We'll be back right after the break. 800-951-0592. Again, Joe and Jason on this Monday. We are expecting big increases in gold and silver this week. So far today has not disappointed. Gold's up $110 here at the high, 52.19. Silver up $253.8704. U.S. Silver Eagles 21.05 today. 5-ounce silver bars back in stock $4.90. Again, dimes and quarters still the best cost per ounce here. $3.30 on rolls of dimes, $6.60 on rolls of quarters, and I wouldn't even be surprised if we see silver challenge $100 this week. Though 93 is probably in the cards this week. 100, you can't rule that out.
We'll see what happens Friday, because once again we had that Friday. Silver ended up six. So here we came in Monday, it's up again. So it does have that trend when it goes up on Friday, it goes up again on Monday. So we may have $100 silver on 1 week from today. I would say that's very possible.
Yeah, it's coming. It's going to be here sooner or later. The question is it going to be sooner? Or is it going to be later? And then again, I have no other Iskander. I know some of you wanting to know when is that going to open for Americans. Got nothing on that. I may learn some more tomorrow. I know that some of those answers aren't the greatest, but they're honest answers, right? Jason and I talk about this stuff all the time, and if there was an easy button on this one, we'd give it to you. I think that for some people, if you're sitting there worried about it, right, and it's just eating at you like this weekend, we had a software update. We had a little problem. Some people started freaking out and all. If it's eating at you, get with Jason or Mike Morris or myself right here at Patriot, and we'll show you how to sell it. That's okay. I mean, obviously it's not worth a whole lot right now, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Here's the thing. You'll still get more coins tonight. And then things like Orem. If you want to do Orem, I can help you. Jason can help you. Mike can help you. If you don't want to do it, great. And again, I'm very optimistic right now. Until I see something that makes me question that, I'm very optimistic we're going to win this thing. You should see, and the lawyer from, we have Quinn Emanuel, but our actual guy that's doing the case, because, Quinn Emanuel's got thousands of lawyers. He was the DOJ's enforcement arm guy. Yeah. Crypto enforcement arm guy. So if anyone knows what he's doing, it's this guy. So there's plenty of reason to be optimistic, and there's plenty of reasons not to be, right, Jason? Let's face it, right? It can go either way.
Yeah. Just I would actually put some time and effort and think about it. I mean, sometimes the best way to lose is to do nothing. Gold and silver is a great way to do nothing because that's savings. Inflation has been going up longer than all of us have been alive. You could kind of sit there, but when it comes to investment, you may want to take a look and make a phone call and figure out what you want to do, Joe.
Yeah, we're here if you want to talk about your options. We'll gladly have those conversations. Very well put.